Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is where you are, but it is time for more insight. This is insight you can trust because there is more where it came from. I'm your host, Chris Moore. Today with me, I have a special guest. We're getting into all Grizzlies. Parish Sharkey is in the building. He is the Grizzlies beat reporter, founder of LBR Media, one who's tapped in with the Grizz, and he's tapped in with the Grizz all season long. Appreciate you sliding through, fam. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Hey man, I'm doing well. It's a lighter load for you. The season is
Yeah,
now over as a Memphis
definitely.
Grizzlies beat reporter and a fan. So how are you feeling?
My feeling, that's a really good question. On the fan side, very, very like salty feeling of how the season ended the whole
Hmm.
last 2 months. I feel like I was a broken record. I even got booed at the watch party for picking Golden
Oh
State
man,
to beat us at the play-in game. I was like, I haven't seen them beat a team with a winning record since January, so I'm not finna predict that. They proceeded to lose every game to a team in the Western Conference with a winning record for the last 3 months. So, as a
and,
fan, it was very tough.
and it's interesting that you say that because to me, the Memphis Grizzlies. So just to give you a little context, I'm born and raised in Atlanta. I've been in Memphis 5 years. So Memphis
Okay.
Grizzlies have slowly grown on me. So I am a fan, diehard, no. But when they lose, I feel it. My son feels it. He's 3, and he's always
Man,
asking me, Dad, are the Grizzlies on tonight? I'm like, nah, son. They got the playoffs. They lost. And then he gets the sad face. And I say, hey, you and the entire city of Memphis feels the exact same way. But the way I summed up the Memphis Grizzlies season is that it feels like it was a season in two parts. There was the beginning of the season where it was kind of bumpy, but then it kind of got along. They started doing well. But then on the back end, there's a coaching change, and it kind of just spirals downhill. So, how would you classify? Give me an overall grade of the Memphis Grizzlies season.
overall grade. I gotta give it below average, C minus. Gotta give it a C minus. I just think coming to the season, I didn't. Some fans did have championship expectations. I would say I didn't
Mhm.
necessarily have a champ. I knew if things break right, yes, they can compete for a championship. If Ja Morant is healthy
For sure.
and playing throughout the season, they could be contended for a championship as long as he's there and healthy, right? But my thing was coming in. I was never. Well, I ain't gonna say never. After the Lakers series, I soured on Taylor Jenkins. I didn't believe he was it. So
Right.
he was still the coach coming into the season. So I didn't have championship expectations. It was more, okay, he's on the hot seat. If he don't get to the second round, he's getting fired. He ended up getting fired before he got to the first round with 9
Man.
games remaining, which was still a shock, but he was going to get fired. And they probably still was going to end the season the exact same way with him coaching. So it was just more, I didn't have a belief in him. I had a belief in the team, but coaching, his deficiencies as a coach, in my opinion, still was going to hold him back at some point. But when you add in Ja Morant on the playing 50 games, you got to add in Zach Kleiman not bringing that veteran piece in,
Yeah.
trading away Marcus Smart being hurt, but then trading him away. Not, I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, so the rumors of potentially getting him, I wanted that to happen, of course, but also he would have really helped the team as he's helping to go to state right now. But not
Hmm.
making a move like that, or even, they maybe had an attempt and it just didn't happen, right? Not even getting the Dorian Finney-Smith trade that was rumored that they was supposed to get him,
Man.
and he ended up getting traded to the Lakers. Even a simple move like that helps. Like him replacing Luke Kennard, who didn't give you nothing at the end of the season.
Nothing.
It was just too many variables that just everything went wrong at the wrong time. And the reason I give it a C minus the most is what I said earlier. Their record against teams with a winning record, I want to say it was like 12-24 or something
Yeah.
total for the season. And
Hmm.
including the OKC series, they lost their last 14 games against a team in their conference. Teams that were the top 7 who had a winning record. And then you add in the fact they were the 2 seed, 3 seed most of the season, and you fall all the way down to 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't really
It
give a
went
really
bad
good
real
grade.
fast.
Yeah.
So, to that point, what do you think was the best part of the Memphis Grizzlies season?
Best parts, man. We're at the first half when they had when we was talking about, we was thinking we had the deepest team in the league. Just
Yeah.
how when Gigi got hurt and Vince got hurt, and then you had Jake LaRavia step up. Jaden Wells, he didn't supposed to, he wasn't even expected to play, and he became the
Right.
starting small forward, and he
Yep.
didn't miss a game until when he got hurt on that, that crazy play when he went for the dunk.
Man.
So like
Yeah.
that is supposed to happen, and just for him to step up. Although I was never a believer in Jake LaRavia, I appreciate him stepping up, and he provides some good minutes for where he was traded. Just a different in and out player. Scottie Pippen Jr. I was a fan of his after covering them last year. I knew he
Same.
could provide something. A lot of fans kind of on Twitter was hard on him throughout the season, his turnovers and different things like that. But at the end of the season, who was their best player essentially the last two playoff games?
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen Jr.
And the
So,
thing I like about Scotty, he had to grow. I feel
right.
like players like Scotty, the only way that he could get better is by actually playing. Him being on the bench does nothing for him because athletically, I heard you talk the other day. Athletically, he's not that type of point guard, but he
Right.
has basketball IQ. But the only way he can sharpen his basketball IQ and become more of an effective player is by playing. And I feel like he really stepped into a Tyus Jones type of role, which is what Memphis has missed the last couple of years. Granted, Tyus hasn't done what he thought he would probably do or what we expected him to do when he left. I feel like Scotty came in that role and filled that.
Yep, definitely. And like that was perfect. Like perfect, really kind of conclusion to Scottie Pippen and what he has become, like I said, that missing piece and what Tyus Jones used to be. And to me, he's more of a because they're different point guards, right? Tyus Jones
Sure.
was a true point guard, didn't turn the ball. I mean, he never turned the ball over. And then Scotty, he has turnover issues a little bit, but he's more of a combo guard. I compare him more as a mix of. I always say the Grizzlies need to get a combination of Tyus Jones and DeAnthony Melton. They need to get somebody to replace both of them as one position. And Scottie Pippen kind of is the one. He was the guy who, like, all right, you turn them two players to one person. That was him. He became the player that you wanted that one person to be.
So, with the best of the season, what was your worst part of the season for the Memphis Grizzlies?
The worst part, I would say, just that trade deadline. Just it was. You go into that and because even in my opinion, if they just didn't make any deal, because Marcus Smart had finally came back from health and you had your full roster intact for the first time for that one game the day before the trade deadline against Toronto. If they had just stayed pat, I would have been fine. But for you to, I understand the move for contract purposes for the future. Jaren Jackson, potentially Supermax contract negotiations coming up. Right. If they decide to bring Santi back, he's a restricted free agent, things like that. So I understood that from that standpoint. But it does hinder you as well because Marcus Smart's contract could have matched in trades that you really can't even make right now unless you trade one of the big three, who I don't call it big three no more. I call them core three. So you essentially got to trade Desmond Bane to make a significant move now. But if you had Marcus Smart's contract, you still could have made a move where his contract could have matched up with someone else's contract to make a deal happen. So the trade deadline that day, that trade happening, I mean, it was like 10 minutes before the actual deadline ended when that trade happened.
Man, like you said, it was one game that you could really see who you have on your team and see what they can do. And of course, one game is not enough. But one thing that you said that was interesting is that the top three players, you have Desmond Bane in position to where he may be the one on the outs. So if they keep Ja Morant, if they keep Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson, do you believe in this core or is it time to move on?
That's a really good question. I'm inching towards I'm not believing in them anymore. And it's just things we're starting to see with deficiencies on. It kind of goes back to the money because now all three of them are finna essentially get max deals. And I don't know if you could surround their kind of different fits throughout because it's starting to feel like, and I'll be on Anthony Sain's show every week, and he's been saying it for a while. I don't necessarily agree with him saying bring Desmond Bane off the bench. He said they need to get like a defensive shooting guard, a 3-and-D KCP type. Not necessarily him himself, but KCP. Maybe Jalen Wells can slide up to 2. Right. And he was saying bring Dez. And I was like, Dez, he getting paid too much money to come off the bench. He's the highest paid player on the team currently. So for sure. But if you gotta do that, I'd rather you trade him and get that player and get a couple of players. You should be able to get a couple of different pieces that fits in. So I'm not gonna say I'm truly out on them as a core, but the money makes me feel more out on them because it's gonna be more tough to try, especially in this new era of the second apron, all those things. It's gonna be much harder to try and fit pieces within them that would make them be the core that can put us over the top.
You know how DEI is a trigger word? Second apron is a trigger word for me. CJ McCollum is always going to be on my shit list for being the president of the Players Association during this time when they negotiated that deal, because this cap situation is ridiculous and I hate it.
Yeah. I actually initially I liked it because I thought it would help like a smaller market team. It was
Yeah.
kind of meant to kind of help them, but now it's about to hurt a small market team because they drafted a little too well.
A question for you. We talk about the players on the Grizzlies. Two players that I was looking forward to this season, Gigi Jackson, Vince Williams.
Yep.
They basically had the green light last season. This season they came in and kind of had to adapt to the change in the team, because now Jaw is playing, Jalen Wells is inserted, Jaren is flourishing. What happened with Gigi Jackson and Vince Williams? I know the injuries took a major part of the season, but from your angle, your perspective, what happened?
It's a mix of a lot. So the injuries did, because essentially they missed over half the season, both of them each. And Gigi didn't play his first game till January. Vince had played only 3 games. He got hurt, returned, got hurt again 3 games later, and then returned right in February. So that's tough on young players. And then comparing to last year, they were the guys. Now you got to fit in with the big 3 who wasn't available all collectively with y'all last year. Plus, you was playing on a team that wasn't playing for anything last year.
Right.
You're inserted into a team that's the number 2 seed, number 3 seed at the time you come back from injury. And now the GM trades Marcus Smart and Jacob Ravier. Now you got no choice but to play y'all. It's just tough all around because now you got to adjust to a new role. Also, I don't think Vince ever truly was 100. He said, I think even at his exit interview, he said he was on 80%. He never got to 100%.
Never.
And even Gigi, you come out with a broken foot. You still necessarily didn't really get back to they never really got the opportunity to get back to their full form. And it just wasn't likely with this season. Just when you miss that much time, got to get reacclimated with the star players, new role, and a team that's looking to win, like in contention status. It was just a tough situation. We really needed them to be healthy in training camp. So it was just unfortunate on that end.
Yeah, starting from the offseason last year, it was bad for Gigi. I remember him getting hurt. I remember him trying to come back. And I saw reports that mentally he was just kind of thrown off because he probably never had an injury like this. So trying to come back, and he's probably pushing himself to come back because he sees what the team is doing. He wants to help. Probably feel like he's needed, but man, I really hope that next season, well, I guess even to the point of next season, are these 2 trade pieces, or are they pieces that are essential for building the Grizzlies out?
I think Gigi, in my opinion, is essential to keep. I would say I'm not saying I sour on Vince and defend, yes, we need to trade him, but even during the season, I started to already say, if you can make a trade, if you saying y'all can get Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, and if you saying Vince Williams Jr. is the reason, nah.
Yeah, nah.
Right. My thing with him, this is I think it was just his 3rd year he completed. I covered the Memphis Hustle his rookie year. He only played 7 games for the Hustle. He was hurt throughout his rookie year. He only played 7 games for the Hustle. Then even last year, he got hurt. The second half of the season, he missed. I think after All-Star break, I don't think he played maybe a couple games. I think a lot of people don't remember that. He got his hot streak December to January. Yeah. And then so it was and then this season, so I was like, he's starting to become an injury, more of an injury concern that's like very trend that I'm noticing. So, he may be what he's going to be. With him, it's hard to know, but knowing that he wasn't 100%, that kind of lets me know that he's kind of get back to that form that we saw from him last year. But I wouldn't say he's I wouldn't say definitively, yes, let's trade him. But even Gigi, depending on the move, if you're really trying to win a championship, I wouldn't say no to. I had to see the deal, but I wouldn't say no to even want to do. But Gigi, I definitely definitely keep him and develop him because he's only 20 years old. Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of, you got to give him a shot.
I'm right there with you. I would hope that we keep Gigi over Vince. Vince is solid. I ain't gonna hold you. But speaking of players who are potentially leaving. Breaking news as of today, Tuomas Iisalo is the new head coach. He is official. They didn't do much of a search at all, but I understand the circumstances. I understand, Kleiman went overseas, recruited him, signed him. So this is his guy. This is his time. What should Memphis fans expect from this new system and this new approach going forward?
I don't know, because even that, he only had 9 games plus the play-in and playoffs to really, so you really don't truly know yet. I do know they got when they started playing the faster pace, that's him. Also, he does do a lot of pick and roll. So all that non-pick and roll they're running, that wasn't him. That was, Taylor Jenkins, and 2 assistants got fired along with Taylor Jenkins.
Yes.
So I think Noah LaRoche, he was the one who was doing the no pick and roll. And also Taylor Jenkins, when he was a lame duck coach, so he wasn't about to let the new coach come in and just change every single thing. He kind of, went AWOL a little bit on on Zach Kleiman. So I would say definitely expect more of the same. I think the thing is he's a rookie coach, right? And that's just a tough position to be in. So I can't, sure, I wanted me, myself, yes, I saw Mike Malone available. Yes, I want Mike Malone. I also ain't too mad at them just rolling with Tuomas, because I would say this, and probably it was, being the media, being in the room, Taylor Jenkins and that word salad, it was just like, you got tired of asking questions. Tuomas actually giving you real answers, sounding like a basketball coach, giving you real intellect on everything. So I'm willing to give him a shot. I think the only just the suckish part of it is you're looking at this team as a team that's ready to contend, and him being a rookie coach, you're like, dang, you probably prefer a veteran coach for the team that's ready to contend. But like Anthony Saying has been saying lately, most teams that have been winning championships or going far, it's a new coach. Like Steve Kerr is the first time head coach when he took over Golden State.
That's actually a really good point.
The guy with OKC, Mark Daigneault, nobody ever heard of him, but he's a heck of a coach, right?
I did not believe him. I did not.
Right. So it's Joe Mazzulla, Boston, the first time head coach. Now that's a heck of a team to come into, but first time head coach nonetheless. So it's never really a retread head coach that gets the team over the top anyway. When he made that point, I was like, you're making a lot of sense. So I'm not going to be too mad at it.
I will be interested to see who he adds to the coaching staff, because I think
that's the big team.
Yeah, I love Anthony Carter on the team. I love what he's doing there. It'll be interesting to see. I feel like Ja really embraced it when Taylor Jenkins was let go. I feel like there was a different energy that he had, because at that point we actually saw Ja. Yeah. And that's when we got the celebrations. That's when we saw like what we were used to seeing. So maybe it's a good thing that Tuomas is in position now. We'll be able to see the best of Ja Morant on the court. But what are your thoughts about that?
Yes, I agree. I think what I want to see from him, and that's what we didn't see, and once again, not enough time, we need to see the best of Ja and Jaren at the same time. It's always one or the other. Or I remember game 2 is OKC, when one of them had the ball at the top, the other one was sitting in the corner. And I was like,
I can't stand
we need to, they two best players, like you screen, pick and pop, something like you got to find a way to integrate them together. So, and once again, he ain't have no time to do that. And, you're getting pressure is Ja Morant. We need to get Ja Morant going, because at the best version, Ja Morant needs to be his best, right? So that's what you truly focus on when he got the job, but you need to find a way to get both of them going at the same time. Because I can't get with they don't fit together. Nah, that's a guard and big man. You can make them fit. A right coach. Yeah, a right coach makes them fit. Taylor Jenkins definitely just proved he just wasn't
never said that.
Right.
I mean, they seem to figure it out.
Right.
But even with that, now that the Memphis Grizzlies are out the playoffs still continue. LeBron is out. LeBron and the Lakers are out.
Love it.
It hurt my heart a little bit. I am a LeBron fan. I'm not a LeBron sexual, but I am a LeBron fan. I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the old word? Objective. I am objective.
Okay.
I'm not just pure LeBron. I can call out when he's wrong. I can call out when he needs to do better. With LeBron gone, the Lakers are gone, Luka's gone, the Grizz are out, Detroit got eliminated. Who are you looking at in the NBA Finals, and who do you think is going to win?
Okay. I break this down. The team, guess I'm really rooting for. Jimmy Butler's my favorite player. Yes, I would love to see him get a ring. So technically, I'm kind of rooting for him, not full blown, like, oh yeah, let's go Golden State. But yes, I'd like to see my favorite player who's been to the finals twice, came up short both times, to get on one. That'd be nice. And I like Steph. Draymond, but just take the good with the bad.
That Draymond and Memphis thing is weird.
Hey, I would love him on it. That's one of them, this player you hate to go against, but if he was on your team,
I tell people that all the time. You want him on your team. He's like a Pat Beverly. You don't like him, but when he's on your team, he's a difference maker. But go ahead, keep on cooking.
Yep. And he was almost, he said it on his podcast. He was about to come to Memphis, then Golden State brought him back. I was like, that would have been perfect for Jaren. That would have been perfect. That foul troubles right now.
It would have been perfect for Ja.
Yes, it would, bro. But yeah, the team, I'm expecting, a lot of people been disrespecting OKC like Like, just like, I don't believe him. I think they will get put out second round, this, that. That team is good, man. I could see them, sure. The Clippers specifically. I could see them giving a run. Even Minnesota. Because Anthony Edwards got the folks looking mad crazy right now. But I'm going to believe in the team that came 5 games away from breaking the NBA record for most wins to make the finals. Now, I don't know if I'm picking to win it, but I got them making it.
Okay.
I want to pick Cleveland, but they got to prove it to me. I'm gonna pick Boston. Cleveland looks good, but I just feel like Boston gonna turn it up when it's time. And I don't know
agree
if
with you.
Donovan Mitchell can be the best player on the championship team.
I'm with you. You mentioned Jimmy Butler. He's by far one of my favorite players as well. I hated how the whole Miami situation turned out. I don't believe in OKC, so I'm a roll. I don't believe in Minnesota right now, although as a team, they are deep.
They're looking good. Yeah.
They're looking good. Rudy was out there looking like Wilt Chamberlain last night or the other night.
Had no choice. Kind of had no choice.
He didn't have a choice.
Spotlight. He better look like that against it.
I don't know why he wasn't doing this since game 1, but neither here nor there. So I'm gonna roll with Golden State. I ain't mad at Golden State. It's tough to say Golden State, but I just want to see Golden State because of Jimmy Butler. From the East, I don't believe in Cleveland as good as they are. They have a 2-headed monster at the top. That's everything. But again, you got to prove it to me. I got to see Boston lose. And every time Boston is in a position to lose, they actually win. I feel like Gloria from White Man Can't Jump now. When you lose, you really win. And when you win, all that stuff. But overall, I'm going to just put some money on the Warriors. I'm going to go to FanDuel, see what the odds are looking like. I'll probably put it on Golden State, man.
See, I don't think that holds me back for Golden State right now. I saw that, man. I saw that picture of his thumb, and it's just like, I don't know if he going to survive 3 more rounds through that injury. But
especially because
Jimmy hobbling too. It's just
Jimmy is hobbling because next round they would go against Minnesota. And that don't get no easier. Ooh, that's going to be a good series. You know what? I ain't even going to put nothing on that right now. The playoffs are like really good this year. I ain't going to hold you.
That's going to be a trash talking series though. God.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm definitely going to be watching those games. All of them. So let's move on. We kind of have an idea of who we going for the finals. But this is a segment I call 3 on 3. These are 3 questions. You give me your 3 answers, and we go from there. This is the segment where I listen and I don't judge. So I'm gonna listen to you. I ain't gonna judge you. I may make an assessment, but I'm not gonna judge you. So, number 1, you got a new job. You're replacing Zach Kleiman as the GM of the Memphis Grizzlies. You got 3 offseason moves that you can make this season. What are those moves?
All right. First move. For one, it's like you have moves in your head, but it's so many. Definitely, if I'm Zach Kleiman, I'm looking. I don't have no trade off the top of my head, but I'm looking to move Desmond Bane for a collection of players that can help you better. I did see an article the other day that came out that they might be looking into Domantas Sabonis and Lauri Markkanen. If I can get even Domantas Sabonis, because his one thing I don't like about Jaren, playmaking from the big man position. Sabonis gonna rebound and he can get you in position playmaking wise, and him and Jaren could be a dangerous combo together. And moving Zach Edey off the bench, I mean, that's arguably the best front court rotation in the NBA. But Lauri Markkanen, he keeps you shooting. You don't lose the shooting aspect. And you have the tallest lineup ever. Like if Jalen Wells be at the 2 at 6'8", Lauri Markkanen, you have 2 7-footers and a 7'4". That's a So I would say look to trade Bane for some player of that type, not a smaller margin move, but like that. Another move, finally use the mid-level exception. Either I just say Nikhil Alexander-Walker from Minnesota.
I like him.
Another 3-and-D wing.
Yeah.
Could come in. And the last move, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of Santi in the sense of paying him. I don't know how much he'll command.
He probably getting about 50.
Sign and trade him. Well, that's tough because you got to wait. One, you got to wait till you pick a team. Then when you pick the team, then you got to see if it's somebody on the team you want. and see if that team agrees to make the trade. So it's a lot of variables that go into that because you can't choose the team. He's choosing his team, before you make the move. So it's hard to think about that. But that's the move I look. Just see what team you choose and see if you could pull off a sign and trade move with him. But yeah, those would be the 3 moves that I would make this offseason.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I actually agree with all of those. Give me your top 3 Grizzly players of all time. This could be players that you hold dear to your heart, not necessarily the best when it comes to the stats. Hell, it could be Shane Battier for all I know.
So I'm going to go legit top 3. I mean, arguably, really, truth be told, Ja Morant's the only superstar we've ever had. He's going to be in the top 3, but not number 1. Zach Randolph, he's going to always be number 1. That fourth quarter, game 6 against the Spurs, he brought the City their first playoff win, first playoff series win, Western Conference Finals appearance. Yeah, Z-Bo's a bully. The Blake Griffin smoke. Yeah, he can always be number 1. I'm going to put Ja, man, that talent level, even just, he only won 1 playoff series so far, but just, I saw him put 50 points in the playoff game, right? 46 points against Golden State. Like, yeah, it's hard. I'm not finna say he's not the top 3, so I put him number 2. Number 3 is tough, and what's crazy is I was never a fan of Pals like that, and I was younger at that time. He was a finesse big. I'm used to toughness, like Z-Bo. I'm used to toughness.
Yeah,
but I can't deny Pal's accomplishments in Memphis, and the team around him just wasn't good enough. He was never going to be number 1 option on the contender team, but even the team around him was never good enough for him to truly blossom before, of course, he went to the Lakers and blossomed with Kobe. So I'm going to put Pal as 3rd, although I didn't care about how much why he was here, but just general sense. Yeah, I got to give it to him. No, you didn't break up Kwame Brown.
I think that was a trade, if I remember correctly.
He just got out of jail, too. Like, not too
long. He has a Netflix special coming out soon.
I can't wait till that show come out.
Me and Javaris, we're from the same part of town in Atlanta.
He showed this from Atlanta.
I'm trying to get my connects to line up something for that, right? And last but not least, because we're in Memphis, we're known for food. Memphis is known for their barbecue, but I just want to know, what are your 3 favorite Memphis restaurants?
There's so many restaurants. I still don't have a true answer. It's probably restaurants I still ain't tried yet, to be honest with you. And I've been here my whole life.
Hey man, these are your favorite 3.
I know, but shoot. Because I'm type, I don't go to the same restaurant. Like,
same.
I go to different. I don't really like go to the same place like a lot.
And I don't like chains.
Yep. Right. So I would go with number 1, Sage. I really do like to go to Sage. Number 2, I put this because me and my wife like to go there a lot. Marigo's.
I've seen Italian. I haven't been yet.
It's really good. And me and her like to go there a lot. And my last one, I probably say it got to be a wing spot. It got to be a wing spot. I'll try to think which wing spot I choose.
So I'm going to cost too much. I'm going to insert my opinion here. So I'm from Atlanta, of course. Yeah. I'm American Deli when it comes to Memphis. I don't do crumpies. I don't do chings.
American Deli cool, but
it's American Deli for me.
Wing spots. Crumpies is probably my favorite. Wing Guru is so expensive. I mean, I love it, but it's like
Wing Guru is very expensive. There's no.
I can't put Wing Guru. I mean, that good, but that price. I don't eat there often because of the price. It's just
like, why is it $20 for 10 wings?
Right, without fries.
Without fries, I gotta buy them. 901 Wings is good too.
901 Wings. Now let me switch it. Now I couldn't think of. I was like, it's a wing spot I'd love to go to. Switch that. 901 Wings. That's my favorite. That's the one I go to.
Man, I work at Raymond James, so they used to have. There was a location downtown. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I would leave work, head right over there, get some wings.
Yep.
Lunch was good, man. And then food truck Thursdays.
Oh yeah.
I miss working downtown. I really do.
I used to work downtown too.
Man. But that's all, man. I appreciate your top 3 on those 3 questions. I appreciate your insight on the Memphis Grizzlies. Always solid insight. I appreciate it. I've been following you for a while, and we finally got a chance to connect on something and make something happen. So I appreciate your time. Any shouts out that you want to give? Anything you got coming up for Bluff City or LBR Media?
Man, just shout out to everybody who's been following me throughout my journey since I started I started LBR in 2017, I believe. Yeah. So I started that and got to where I got to now with covering the Grizzlies. So, man, shout out to everybody who's been along for the journey. Nothing really much coming up in season over. I still be doing the same thing I do at Bluff City Media, being on Anthony Sain's show, daily grind twice a week. I be still pushing out articles on BillStreetBears.com. Offseason don't stop for that. So it's still be pushing content out with writing. So yeah, man, nothing really much truly coming up, but hey, just excited to chill a little bit for the offseason and get ready to see my favorite NFL team. Finally got a quarterback, Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans. Kind of excited for the first time in a while with them.
Can you also let the people know where they can follow you on social media?
Yep, man. Follow me, DAONE_P Shark. Mainly on Twitter. That's the same on Instagram, but Twitter is where you're going to see me at the most. Instagram, I mean, I pop in here and there, but Twitter is my main platform.
I got to tap back in, man. Instagram is like pits.
Yeah. Especially with sports. Twitter is, I know it. Elon Musk took over. It got even more crazier, but it's like, it's still, until everybody collectively, everybody collectively decide we're going to Blue Sky, way over Threads.
Blue Sky ain't even a thing no more, man.
See, for real.
It ain't even a thought. Everybody was announcing that they were leaving X, whatever.
Folks ain't left. Nobody left. I was like, until Shams, we're Woj at the time, but he not he not in that media space no more. Until them folks leave, I'm like, ain't no point in me leaving.
I'm trying to do more on Threads, but it ain't working. It's back to X, or Twitter. I call it Twitter. Your mama names you Twitter. I'm gonna call you Twitter. So cool. I appreciate you, my man. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. All right.
All right, man. Appreciate it.